There you go, mate. Straight away.
There you go. There you go.
Didn't take long, did it, for a first mistake? But hey, welcome everyone to the Cannon and Jonezy show. We're back after our summer Euro special. So we're doing something right, mate. But first of all, let me introduce my co-host, Liam. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good evening, one and all. Yeah, I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. Thursday night, pissing down with rain, sitting in the shed. What could I want that makes my life any better than being on the Cannon and Jonezy show? And do you know what? Going back to all segments, absolute all segments, not all sport, and we're going to have a barrel of laughs. And everyone who has a barrel of laughs with us, we got loads of stuff planned, not just for now, for all the shows coming up. This is going to be the must-see show every Thursday night. I'm putting it out there now to you all.
Absolutely, it will be. When you've had a long day, week at work, mate, it's nothing more than having a chat and having a laugh with your pals. That's all you need.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And do you know what? I've been looking forward to this one all day. We've got a few little surprises for you, so stay tuned, guys. Yeah, but yeah. How are you, mate? How's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Kids finally going back to school tomorrow, so a bit of peace and quiet. If you can
Lovely jubbly.
But yeah, no, I can't wait for them to go back, and then I can crack on and do some work in the day rather than have them running around.
Well, yeah, that's always a plus, isn't it?
You've got that to come, mate, with the old 6 weeks holidays. Don't worry.
Well, old little Bobby, he had his first day in nursery today. Obviously, he did get a little bit upset, to be fair to him, but yeah, he had his first day. I'm sure he'll get better over time, but. Yeah, it was quite tough for us all, really, because he's obviously always been around. So for him to be away for a few hours was a little bit different to the norm for him.
Yeah, I remember those days, mate. You always shed a tear. And then when it gets a couple of years later, you can't wait for them to get out of the bloody house.
No, definitely not. I just want to say, guys, first and foremost, as you can see in the bottom top right-hand corner, that is a QR code. If you are new to the show or new to the channel, we're going to have 2 QR codes up for the whole show. For the first half, the Mr. Arsenal podcast, that is his QR code. Get your phone up, scan it, subscribe to the YouTube channel as you do, as Jonesy's doing now. And then we'll put the all sports bar cafe out for the second half of the show and exactly the same. And also we've been lined up into the shows. You get to find out, obviously, first and fastest, all the new shows and content's coming out, and you get this great chat as well, where you can all kind of mix and mingle in together. And with this show, I can guarantee you the chat will be on fire. So, yeah, please scan away.
Yeah, no, definitely. Your support is needed at all times, isn't it? Like I say, me and Liam do these shows for you guys. We love coming on, having a laugh with all of you. So, yeah, just drop us a sub and you'll never miss the action.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. But as they always say, the show must go on. The show must go on. And do you know what we haven't had for a long time? We haven't sung happy birthday to anyone.
We haven't.
It's happy birthday time, and do you know what? Right, I've got September the 5th is a day of legends' birthdays, absolute legends, and I've got 3 corkers here, 3 absolute corkers. So I'm going to go into the first one. I know you're all going to love this one. Not sure about you, Football Brownie, but the rest of us will. Starboy himself.
There he is.
23 years old today. I can't believe he's still only 23 when I think about it.
Mate, it's ridiculous, isn't it? It's like he's been around forever. He's such an integral partner of that team and the club. It's like he's been there for donkey's years, and we've still got at least 8 years more of him. If touch wood, he stays with us. I'm sure he will. But yeah, I can't believe it. 23 years old, he's got the world at his feet. That boy.
Yeah, exactly. And do you know what? I'll tell you another big thing, right, about this kid is it's his bounce back ability every single time. Like, do you know what? I was thinking about this today, like another Euros where obviously this time it hasn't been a personal trauma to himself like the 2021 final. But when you think about it, the guy come out of a Euro final again on the wrong side of a result, but's come back into the team. And I was one of the first ones that said I thought he could potentially get rested for the first few games. Guy's been on fire. Guy's been on absolute fire again, delivering. Oh, he delivers. He delivers assists. He delivers goals. And that's what he does. That's what he does. That's what he always will do. And do you know what? Let's do a 5-second applause for Bukayo Saka. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That felt good, mate. That felt good. Now, to the second one. Now, this is a legend. This is an absolute legend of his era.
There he is.
There he is. Freddie Mercury. Sadly, not with us anymore.
No.
But, mate, this guy is up there with the absolute best of the best pop legends. This guy. I was only around for probably a little part of his era. I'd have loved to have been around like late 70s, even been old enough to understand him in the 80s. What a man this guy was. And it's his birthday today. Sadly, when he left us in the 90s, but will never be forgotten. Will never be forgotten. So as a few of our guys just said, big up Freddie, which is what G's just said. Sumin giving it a round of applause. So yet again, I think a 5-second round of applause, guys. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to Freddie. Now the third one and the last one will bring a little bit of a chuckle to you, because the person I'm going to bring up, we're going to bring a segment out after it, and it's going to roll you back a couple of years ago to one of my old segments that I used to have. Oh, yeah. Everyone's wondering who's going to be popping up now? Who's going to pop up? What name is he going to dig out and then pull out the old woodwork? No better, guys, than Mr. Mike Baldwin himself with that big, fat, juicy cigar.
Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that. Old Ken Barlow ain't happy to see it. Yeah, but Johnny Brick's birthday today. What an absolute legend he was. Coronation Street legend. And yeah, that cigar is going to be on a segment with you from next week. And G, just before I go into this little clap for Mr. Baldwin, we've got something lined up for old Miss Butcher later. We've got something lined up. So don't you worry. Keep yourself on, because Miss Butcher is coming up more than once tonight. More than once. So, yeah, someone look after Colonel, because I think it's going to be quite a sticky time for him. But anyway.
Right. Look how smug he is, though. Jesus. Unbelievable.
5 for Baldwin. I never realised what a smug bastard he really is, old Mike Baldwin, but there you go.
Look at him.
There you go. There you go. So, yeah, there's your birthdays. There was Michael Keating, I think, another one. It was his birthday today, but for me, they were the top 3. Yeah. Starboy, always number 1. But, yeah, the other 2, absolute legends of their era. And, yeah, certainly deserve their round of applause.
Definitely. Especially Starboy.
Yeah, I would say so. Now, guys, usually we have a participation into our next segment. Now, we thought, as we was bringing the first show back today, we thought we'll bring it in slowly. So we thought there'd only be 2 of us. But then we realised, well, someone's got to be on the hook. So it's either me. No. Yeah. No, wrong way.
Is
it him? Is it him?
Who is it?
It's me. I'm going to be on the hook.
So as you know, on the hook, we have 10 questions for whoever's on the show. So tonight it is Liam. So I've mixed them up as well. So they're not the same questions as before. So I thought, you know what? Seeing as you're the co-host, I ain't going to let you get off lightly. So I threw some sticky ones in there as well.
I bet there's some absolute painful ones in there, isn't there, pal?
They're all right. There's a few that'll make you think. So let's start off, shall we? We'll keep it quite simple. Start off. What was your first ever memory of the Arsenal?
Do you know what, right? I don't actually remember the first time I went to Arsenal. Now, apparently, allegedly, my first game I went to Arsenal was Arsenal versus Sunderland back in 1984. Now I'm talking old. I don't remember it, and apparently I got clattered with the ball. Now that's a typical thing that would happen to me. That is definitely a typical thing that would happen to me, but I don't actually remember it. My first memory of going to Arsenal was probably in 1986, and we went and played West Ham at home. And believe it or not, right, we got absolutely battered by West Ham. And I remember they had a strike force of, at the time, Frank McAvenny and Tony Cottee, and I just thought, wow, these two guys are just absolutely ripping us apart, but somehow couldn't score a goal. Probably typical West Ham, really, but hey ho. But yeah, that was my first memory, and it was Arsenal getting absolutely battered. So you would have thought, oh, maybe I might have gone to West Ham, but obviously my dad was a big Arsenal fan. Yeah. And then my second memory is actually Arsenal winning the League Cup against Liverpool in 1986 as well. And I always remember going to my nan's for that game, and I always remember Ian Rush scored first, and when Ian Rush always scored first, it meant Liverpool won. Not this time.
No,
not this time. Not. and yet we won 2-1, Charlie Nicholas double, and yeah, that was the first. That's probably the first proper great moment I had as an Arsenal fan. But I'll go back to the West Ham game. Was probably the first game that I remember.
Yeah, saying that game, my mum was 9 months pregnant with me, so yeah, that's that she remembers that game quite well. She thought her waters were going to break. She absolutely fancied Charlie Nicholas.
Wait a minute, mate. Wait a minute. Oh. I'm a little bit. I'm hungry.
Oh, I ain't got any in the drawer here. What are we looking for? What you got?
I've got a nice jammy Dodger.
Ooh.
Oh. I said your girls would get a battering. I told you so.
How does that taste, sir?
It tastes victorious. It tastes like a winner. Strawberry jammy Dodgers, guys. I totally recommend them. 75p in Sainsbury's.
Not bad, that. Grab them. Only available in England, not Scotland, by the way. But
not a good week if you're a Rangers fan. Definitely not.
It's definitely not, is it? Right, next question, mate. Sporting hero outside of football.
Just want to recognise old Brownie. Yeah. West Ham finished third that year and should have won the league. They were set to be relegated. Mate, they were a fucking banging team that season. Mate, I tell you not, mate. I think I was fixated by McAvenny and Tony Cottee at that point.
That strike force was pretty lethal. Pretty lethal indeed.
It's not a good night for you, is it?
It's not. I think you should go to bed. After the show, though.
Yeah, don't go to bed now, Rosie. Stay till after the show. We've got loads popping up, and that's your battering done now. So it's all good. We're all good.
We'll promise not to mention it anymore. Sporting hero outside of football, mate.
Sporting hero outside of football. Do you know what, right? I've got a few. I think Ronnie O'Sullivan. Stephen Hendry as well. Brilliant. You know what, though, right? Stephen Hendry.
Yeah.
Absolutely giving me one of my most painful moments ever. And you'll be happy about this, Rosie. That final with Jimmy White when it was it 16 or 17 all, and Jimmy looked like he was going to clear up and then missed that easy pot. That's probably my worst moment outside football for a sporting moment. Actually, apart from Lewis Hamilton getting screwed in the Grand Prix in 2021, I ain't forgiving that one. But yeah, Ronnie O'Sullivan, I think from a sporting point of view, I think he's been incredible for sport. Sometimes lets himself down in terms of the way he is at times, but when you override all that, the way he still performs at this very age and still dominates games and still wins trophies and all that, I just think it's absolute second to none. So I think he's definitely up there. In terms of cricketers, it's hard to say. I was a massive Andy Flintoff fan. Andy Flintoff. just absolutely loved him. I thought he was it was just everything about him, just the way he represented himself, the way he represented the country. So really liked him as well. But I think I'm going to go out there, out on the kill and go Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan. There's a few in the chat here. I can see we've got The Rock from Tony.
Well, there's one. I should have thought about the old WWE Sports Entertainment, shouldn't I? From a sporting perspective, from a WWE perspective, for me, he's the ultimate legend. Absolutely, 100%. And if I may like to add, guys, he is our sole participant at the moment on the cap, and the cap is back tonight with another legend,
another entrant. We will find out later. All right, mate. One thing I don't know, but your favourite movie?
I'm not really a movie person, to be fair. I just don't get time to watch any movies.
It's probably all kids' programs now.
Oh, mate, it is, and I'm just so fixated in sports and all that kind of stuff that I don't really switch off. From being totally honest, people probably ain't surprised by it. Like back in the days, I used to I love a good comedy. So if you give me things like the In-Betweeners movies or even the old American Pies and all that, I really love all that kind of stuff. But yeah, not really a massive movie person, if I'm being totally honest.
Yeah, just having a look in the old chat. We've got a Platoon. Good shout there, Brownie. The Jamaican bobsleigh team. Cool Runnings, great film.
There's a good one. There's a good one.
Oh, John Candy, what a guy he was.
Bit of Bob the Builder. Can I build it? Yes, I can.
Right, your favourite ever Arsenal moment? There's a tough one.
I've got a few. The most emotional moment, I'm not sure if this would, I don't think it will surprise people, but just the general feeling that we won a trophy again back in 2013-14 FA Cup final. Anyone who was at that game would have understood. Like, I remember being 2-0 down, Kieran Gibbs clearing another one off the line to be 3-0. And I was literally nearly in tears. And after what happened in the Birmingham game, just a season before or so, in the Carling Cup final, I thought it was all going to happen again. And just to get over the line, I think was one of the most surreal moments when that full-time whistle went. And it was such an unbelievable moment. So I think that's right up there. If you say to me, like, best moment ever in a game that I've been to, I'm gutted I was never at the Barcelona game, because the Arshavin one would probably be a massive one, or the Henry one. I wasn't even at that game, to be honest.
What, the Leeds game?
Yeah.
But
over the last couple of seasons, I would definitely say the Reece Nelson goal at the Emirates are just absolute bedlam, mayhem. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
It was crazy. Limbs.
It was nuts, weren't it? There's bodies everywhere, mate. But yeah, like there's so much in there. There's the Invincibles. That was an incredible time. Do you know what I mean? That was an incredible moment. 1998 is a special one for me. Yeah. When we won the title, because even though we brought well that year, winning the title probably was a distant dream against that Man United team at that time. So that was a good one. And obviously winning the league at Old Trafford as well. That Old Trafford game is one of my most favourite games. Yeah. Like the bet one, that's the best Arsenal defensive performance I've seen from an Arsenal team. That night.
Crazy, that was very crazy.
Absolutely incredible. But yeah, I I'm gutting I weren't at that Arshavin one, because I remember I was at home, right, and I think I'd done a big old knee slide, and I'd done there was actually a carpet burn in my on my carpet after, where I'd done this knee slide when we scored.
All the dried skin on your carpet.
Yeah.
It was a good one. I think Charlie agrees with you there. The Barcelona one, Arshavin. Proper great moments. Your favourite takeaway, mate?
My favourite takeaway? I would say it's definitely not a Chinese or an Indian. But it all depends. It all depends what kind of mood I'm in. But I think you can't beat a good Indian. I think it shades it at the end of the day. Yeah. I do love a good Indian. And when I do, it's the full works, mate. Absolute full works.
What's your order?
Pardon?
What's your order? Go on.
Well, I'm a bit of a pussy, really. So I do love masala myself.
Right.
But yeah, masala, mushroom rice, and then I get all the old extras like onion. But I love an onion
Yeah.
bhaji, Bombay potatoes.
Tony
Yeah,
would have got
all
one.
mate, naan bread.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has to be. When you
has
go
to,
for it, you got to go all out. You can't just get a curry and rice. That's it. It has to
nah,
be all
nah,
the
nah.
extras.
You got it's all or nothing, isn't it? It's all or nothing.
Exactly. Right, next one. 3 items you would take with you on a desert island.
3 items.
Yeah.
That would crack Sarah up because she always says I haven't got it in my hand. My mobile's definitely the first one.
Yeah.
Sarah's going to have to be number 2 because
Yeah.
I don't know if she's going to watch this back, so she's going to have to be number 2, isn't she? Otherwise, I've got a sore weekend ahead of me.
Exactly.
Do you know what? A bottle of this, bottle of Captain's Morgan.
You got to have captains with you.
You got to have a Captain's Morgan with you, ain't you?
Exactly.
Can I relegate Sarah and put an Arsenal shirt in instead?
Yeah, go on then, mate. I'll lay that one. That's a good one. Your favourite ever goal doesn't have to be Arsenal.
Do you know what? There's only come on, Rosie, man. You're ruining a good moment here. I'm about to talk about a great goal, and you're talking about
Was that
bloody pre-season match at the fucking Ibrox where we couldn't be bothered. Robert Perez, Aston Villa. Was it 2001, 2002 season?
Yeah.
Mate, to bring the ball down the way he brought the ball down, was exquisite enough as it was. But then to lob probably the best ever Premier League goalkeeper in that same motion, mate. As Andy Gray said at the time, take a bow, son, take a bow. There was nothing else you could say about that goal. That goal just summed Robert Perez up at that moment of time. Like he was at that moment of time world class. Yeah. And I'm just gutted that he got that injury. He did. He's still come back an incredible player. But I always felt that he was ruined. He was ruined the perfect ending of that season because he was unreal at times. Absolute unreal.
The way he glided along that pitch, wasn't it? In that gold kit. I think Ryan said it there. That was it. It was immense, wasn't it? He was just an amazing player. The thing you didn't really appreciate him unless you saw him like kind of live as well. The way he moved and stuff like that was ridiculous on that pitch.
It's the way he glided, didn't he? Like that left hand side was something else, mate. Like when you think about Ashley Cole, Robert Perez, Thierry Henry, has there ever been a better left side in world football ever?
Absolutely no way.
You struggle. Yeah. The Premier League, the best ever. There's never been a better left-hand side than them three. At their peak, there was never anyone better. Like they were absolutely unreal with each other. Absolute unreal.
They were indeed.
Interesting goals chose there.
Yeah, just see Wilshire's one, Norwich, and Charlie. Arteta versus City was a belter. Quite a few. Any others in there? Let's have a look. No, they're still talking about the old Indian takeaway a bit. Rosicky against Spurs, that was a goal and a half, wasn't it? Straight away. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Right, mate, your dream holiday destination.
That's an interesting one, isn't it? I'm having a little think.
Before I mix them up.
Munich.
May
2025. Munich. Yeah. That's where my dream destination would be.
That's where we'll be next year. Live show from there, maybe. Live show from Munich next year.
The Allianz Arena. That would be my perfect destination. But take that out. And take Clacton out of it as well. Rush, you've got me there, mate. You've got me there. It's got to be the Maldives, isn't it, mate? That like get yourself out there, mate. A few cigars, do you know what I mean? Running out, a bit of rum, do you know what I mean? The old speedos on. the old Jack Daniels big belly with it. What could be better?
There's nothing, to be fair, especially with that Jack Daniels as well. Next one. If you could change one moment in sporting history, what would you change?
Lewis Hamilton, 2021.
That was a stinger, weren't it?
Like, mate, like, if anyone tells me like this take away football, because I could easily say the red card for Jens Lehmann, couldn't I? It's an easy one. Do you know what I mean, to come out with? But this talk business here, right? He's 10 seconds in front of the geezer. 10 seconds in front of the geezer, or it was something like that. There was about 9 laps remaining. He was under no situation whatsoever that he wasn't the world champion. And he weren't just going to be the world champion. He was going to be like, he'd have won it the most times ever out of someone. Mm-hmm. And to get the rob the way he did by Massey was an absolute disgrace. And if there was one moment that I could change, and I'll tell you this year, right? Once that race finished, I had to go for a 3-hour walk. I was that angry about it.
It was mad. I remember the old group chat, mate. It was going off, weren't it?
I had to go for a long walk, mate, after that, because for me, it was a sporting robbery. It was an absolute sport. And don't get me wrong, Verstappen's an unbelievable driver. But what Hamilton done that year, right? He pulled himself back into the contention because Verstappen was winning it. So he'd already pulled himself back into it, and it was going to be like an incredible title win, because it would have been, I think the 8th one, is it? It would have been the one that would have overtaken Ayrton Senna. Was it Schumacher? No, sorry, Schumacher. Schumacher. And to be robbed like that, mate, was total disgrace. And you can't tell me, mate, that weren't underhanded.
But I don't even watch F1, but I was obviously in the group chat with you guys, and I had to have a look at it and see what you was all on about. But yeah, it's crazy. We moan about football, but then there's other things going on in them sort of sports as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, I probably know the next one, but I'm going to ask you it anyway. The proudest moment in your life? Or moments?
The proudest moments in my life? Obviously, my wedding day has to be there, up there. Great day.
Good night as well, sir.
Great night as well. Loads of legends, loads of brilliant people there. So I think that has to be like for me, like for my own. I don't know. Like I think the birth of your kids overwrite that. If I'm being totally on the show, whether that's right or wrong, your proudest moment is always going to be when your babies are born. So when Billy and Bobby are born, I'd say pretty much that. But obviously my wedding day as well. Like my wedding day was just unbelievable. So yeah.
Just reading the comments here, Russ Morgan. There's a bit like Michael Aspel at the moment. This is your life. We'll get Michael Aspel. We'll get a picture of him in the segment. And the last one, mate, easy one. What do you think of Tottenham?
Shit.
What do you think of shit?
It's Tottenham.
Thank you.
That's all right.
And you're off the hook now, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It weren't as bad as I thought it'd be.
No. I was going.
Do you want to put me back on the hook for a minute?
With the predictions.
So in our last predictions, which was quite a while ago, unfortunately, Jonezy pulled it back to 1-1.
Yeah.
So I don't know what Jonesy's going to get me to do here, but got a little shot glass here, just getting myself prepared for it.
So I was thinking, I don't know about you guys in the chat, but I was thinking a shot of maybe a bit of vodka, a bit of Captains, and a bit of Jack Daniels, mate. Nothing like a Thursday night dirty shot in the El Smugo bar.
This is going to sting, mate. This is going to sting.
Have I let him off lightly or...
We doing this, yeah?
Go on then, sir.
This is going to sting.
There it is.
Fucking hell.
Forfeit accomplished, mate.
Jesus.
He's lost his voice.
Oh. Mr. Tom, let me just show you something, Mr. Tom. When you talk about stacked, yeah, right, look at that bad boy.
It is stacked. Never a dry throat at his bar, mate, I'll tell you that.
I've certainly got a dry throat now. I can tell you that is some, as G said, that is some dirty shot I've just done there.
Been a long one coming, that prediction, forfeit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, thank you very much.
No, thank you, sir, for answering them questions. Well done.
No worries, no worries. And I think G's totally right. Rest in peace. I think I'm going to sleep well tonight. Here we go. What's old Ryan saying? I would have made him order a lamb fowl, blend it in smoothie, and drink every drop before the end of the show.
I wanted to do the hot chip, but obviously I couldn't get it to you in time.
I tell you what, Rosie's bang on the buzzer. That is definitely what I need, Rosie. Jam Dodger.
So cut all that alcohol.
So, guys, we're done on the hook. The next one is always a favourite one of all of ours.
There's some criminals
there. Still just that Jamie Dodger. But I'm glad Mr. Tom ain't here tonight because there you go. White Sambuca, black Sambuca, and a Smirnoff Ice. The drink goes grey. I'd call it the drink of death. Maybe that might have to be sorted one painful dare. That might be, won't it, Jonesy?
Yeah, I think you might have got your dare for me if you win the predictions this week.
Gemma Collins and Denise Welsh, absolutely, Rosie. They are absolutely on my porridge list for different reasons.
Right. Everyone on there deserves to be on there.
Denise Welsh, she is bang on my porridge list. Absolute bang on it.
Those pictures crack me up, to be fair.
Denise Welsh will never not be on my porridge list. She is in the Hall of Fame. That there is the Hall of Fame of porridge list at the moment. That Hall of Fame. Right, I'm going to go to you first, Jonesy, because you know, I might have to be a little bit different because old Charlie boy is already battering him even before we got talking.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sarah's most hated days, Rosie, Lorraine Kelly.
I'll have to add her onto it, to be fair.
That is a good point. Where is Robin Van Persie's head?
Jesus.
No, it's nothing to do with her being Scottish. There's no racism here whatsoever.
She's Geordie, isn't she?
Nah, she's Scottish.
Is she?
Nah, she's definitely Scottish. She's definitely Scottish.
Sorry, I thought you was on about Denise Welsh. Sorry, yeah. But Lorraine Kelly, yeah, Scottish, yeah.
Charlie must just do it all himself. The porridge this week. I'm going to let you go first, mate. Who is on your porridge list this week?
It's right there. Charlie's got it. Dermot Gallagher. He got found out, didn't he, on Twitter? Pulled up the old clips. One from Henry Lansbury. Shouldn't have been a yellow card, or it should have been whatever. And then to talk about Declan Rice, you can see the agenda is real there. But I've always hated him. His face, he's like a little fucking gremlin. I just want to shove him in a washing machine and fucking not let him out. I can't stand him. But I can talk about the rest of the referees as well.
You sound a bit angry about that one, pal.
Every time he pops on Sky Sports News, mate,
I think he's under your skin.
I hate him. Absolutely hate him.
He does remind me of that head teacher, don't he? The one who got bullied as a kid, mate, didn't he? Then goes in there. It's just like, do you know what cracked me up like last night? I was going through my tweets, and like you don't see people that don't follow their tweets. There's this Spurs geezer at the same sentence, like giving it, but he was moaning about who's refereeing the Spurs Arsenal game at the same time. But I had this other geezer, some Welsh guy as well, going to me, Will, it's totally different eras, mate. It's 3 years ago. It's the same fucking tackle. You kick someone.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? It's just the double standards. It's fucking ridiculous.
Do you know what I mean? I know nowadays Howard Webb's made it deemable that you can actually put your hands around someone's neck. You can actually grope players from where in different positions. And now you've got the kicking. I know it's acceptable in the Howard Webb era, and it's something that we do need to get used to. But yeah, so there's yours. Mine's Howard Webb. And Howard Webb will continue to stay on my porridge list because do you know the way I look at it? The way I look at it is, you can have your Chris Kavanagh, you can have your Michael Olivers. Do you know what I mean? You can have all your other refs each week. What's the other one? Tierney. He's a twat. I could chuck them on easy every week, but that'd be too easy for me. This guy, as I said the other day, he was brought in 2 years ago to make a change. He was meant to make things better. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. We've seen, and there's a perfectly good SA goal disallowed. We've seen the fiasco at Bournemouth, with Bournemouth Newcastle. Yet again, Chris Kavanagh. And then we see this one this week with Chris Kavanagh. Until Howard Webb goes, nothing's getting better.
No.
Nothing's getting better whatsoever. It's an absolute shit show, basically, and it's not going to change, sadly. But yeah, you can chuck Howard Webb on the list. I want his picture up there as well. Actually, I want his picture. If we can get a picture up him, I want him on the Hall of Fame.
I'll update it. I'll get Lorraine Kelly on there. Howard Webb. I'll get him on there.
Any other porridge list, guys? Throw them out there now. Come on, Rosie. You must have a few on the old porridge list this week. I bet old Caitlin Ford's on there for you. Oh. Charlie going Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola.
Well, what can I say? It's an interesting one. I bet she's got a long list. Amanda Holden.
I have to agree with her on that, to be fair. Britain's Got Talent with her on it. Fucking nightmare. Absolute nightmare. Can't stand it.
She's never off the list, apparently. Good point raised by our old Mr. Podcaster himself, Ryan. Let's not forget Dermot Brooks-Smith for breaking derbies. Mate, it's always been acceptable, isn't it, mate? It's always been acceptable.
It's disgusting. It really is. You just sit back and look at it and you think, what's going to change? It ain't until, like you say, Webb is gone from the top. But then the next monkey who comes in will be just the same, won't he?
Oh, yeah. It'll always be the same, mate. Like, it's not going to change. It's not going to change. Jeremy Kyle.
Patrick Stewart. Oh, I won't have that. Not Patrick Stewart.
Now the names are coming in. Come on, guys. Get it all off your chest. Get all that week's worth of stress off your chest. Tell us who's on your porridge list. Go on.
What talent does
Let's try and not make it political either.
Yeah.
This show is not about politics. Don't hold back, Rosie there. Don't hold back.
He's an arsehole. There you go, Mr. Arsenal Podcast. Leave Professor X alone. Don't right. It's wonder G ain't sticking up for the old Marvel man.
Yeah. Reckon G's gone for a little bit of a snooze.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, there's your porridge. So we got to do a winner this week. So what I'm going to let you decide who the winner is, mate.
I know we want to go for the top guy, but can we not ignore Chris Kavanagh this week?
I think
for common sense, if anything.
I think just for the fact, right, that he's done it 2 weeks in a row and we're not making it Arsenal biased and we're looking after our Bournemouth friends at the same time. I think, Chris Kavanagh, you are on the porridge list of the week. And that takes Gareth Southgate off that list. He's finally off the list. Tony definitely going political. Donald Trump. Mr. Tom, Everton fans. Well, they're a breed of their own, isn't they? Sean Dyche.
Mr. Tom's put Gary.
Mr. Tom, Colonel's in there. Gary's in there. Ryan Giggs is in there from the Mr. Podcast. They're all rolling in there. All that week's worth of stress is coming off your chest.
That's what we're here for. Relieve them. Get them out. Get the names out, guys.
Get them out. But yeah, this week's porridge list muncher is Chris Kavanagh. And that leads into our next part, don't it, mate? And I know we're looking forward to this one. Just want to put out there, Mr. Ryan, Mr. Tom has included you on that list. So guys, you got 5 minutes. Scan the barcode because we will be moving it over to the all sports bar cafe in a minute. If you're not signed into the Mr. Arsenal Podcast, make sure you get your phone, scan it, get yourself on YouTube and subscribe to the channel, please.
Mr. Tom's put old Craig Knighty on there.
God, it's still rolling out. Look, here we go, Phil Foden.
Mr. Tom's just angry because he got called out for having a korma.
The whole of Leeds. Well, last time I went to Leeds, there was a punch up before I got outside the train station. Fucking hell. What a night that was, mate. What a night that was. Rosie's not having it though. She's saying Ryan is a legend. You got your person who's going to protect you there. An unsuspecting one as well, to be honest, you Rosie. So fair dibs to you there. Fair dibs to you. But yeah, the show must go. Oh, he's still rolling out. I keep saying the show must go on. Man United fans. That is a good shout, Charlie. That is a good shout.
G, we were speaking about that. Come on.
Mate, I was thinking about this. Chrissy Watts somehow needs to come into a segment. Chrissy Watts returning back to EastEnders tonight, guys. Absolute EastEnders legend has returned back, and she's sitting in her next cell as who else than Sharon Watts herself. You could not make it up. Get Chrissy Watts into a segment. I want her in here.
We'll have to dedicate a segment to her sponsor. Sharon Watts.
But guys, I do love the passion for the porridge list, but we do the show must go on. The show must go on. I know you lot are an angry bunch of gremlins, but we got to carry on, mate. We have to carry on. So let's go into our next one. The Pat Butcher name game. Pat Butcher, the icon herself, is now part of the segment of the name game. And do you know what? Right, I'm going to change this one, Jonesy, because I know where we was going to go with this, but I think we don't really need to go with this now.
Right.
So I'm going to make an executive decision. I'm sorry, mate.
Go for it.
And I'm going to go and hit a target of people that we've just been talking about. I want EastEnders legends. Name me all your EastEnders legends, and let's have some fucking laughs over those EastEnders legends. So chuck me your EastEnders legends names.
Jesus.
Now give me. Who's the biggest legend when you think of EastEnders?
It's got to be Dot, innit? Remember old Gus? Gus the roadkeeper?
Just old podcast, old Frank Butcher. He just wants the old Dickie bow tie out again, don't he? Rosie, Minty, and Gary. Mate, Dawn Swan. We literally, Rosie, we were just watching an episode of the old EastEnders in there just before I started this. Oh, Sarah loves them. We started in 1996, unbelievably, and we're on 2006 now. And old Dawn Swan's swanned her way in, basically.
Jeez.
No, Nasty Nick. Oh, he was a nasty bastard, weren't he?
He was.
He was a proper nasty bastard. What was her dog's name, Jay? Rowley, was it? No, it weren't Rowley, was it? What was the dog's name? I've got to Google it. What was the dog's name?
Rowley was Den's dog. Den and Angie's dog. Willie,
that's it. Willie. Ian Bill. How can you forget old Ian Bill? He said he's head stuck down more toilets. Now I've had hot dinners. Jane Bill. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
She was back the other week as well, to be fair.
Yeah, they're all co-turning. There's some brilliant names here. Podcast, Max Branning, Arsenal fan as well, Max. Arsenal fan as well.
Oh.
Doc Cotton's lung. Love the fag, mate. Love the ciggy she did, mate.
She loved them.
Tiffany Mitchell. Now, this has got to be one of the biggest EastEnders. This guy's had more duffs than anyone else I know on EastEnders.
He does appearances at nightclubs, doesn't he? It's a classic.
Oh, Zoe Slater. She was part of the old Chrissy Watts killing Den Watts. No one's mentioned Den Watts yet.
Oh, Den.
No one's talking about the old...
I do that. Oh, no. Oh, what was his name?
Do you know what? You're bang on the buzzer there, Rosie. You are bang on the buzzer for how good Dawn Swan was. She certainly weren't. She was certainly letting them punch above weight, weren't she? Phil Mitchell. What the hell's going on there?
Phil's done well. He deserves a 5-second clap, Phil Mitchell.
Yeah. All right, go on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to Phil Mitchell. Who was the other one? The blonde woman. Oh, she come back as well, didn't she? What was her name? Thingy's mate. Lisa's mate.
Yeah.
Go on, guys. What was her name? We got some names here. We got Stella, Steve Owen. Oh, Nana Moon. She died a few episodes ago. That was sad. That was really sad. Pauline Fowler. She's on there at the moment. She's just marrying that geezer. All went downhill after that, didn't it? All went down. Got bashed by the old Did she get done by the saucepan or the frying pan?
Yeah, it was a frying pan, wasn't it?
Yeah, she got done by the Ricky. Fowler himself, Mark Fowler. He swanned off, didn't he, and sadly passed away. Paul Truman. He got done by what's his name, didn't he?
Yeah.
The one that Johnny Allen killed. Basically went
Oh.
to the back of a cab, was never seen again.
Yeah.
Dirty Den. We'll leave it there.
What was Sonia's brother's name? The road sweeper.
Rick. Oh shit! What was his name?
He loves
Go on,
getting
guys.
in. He gets in a few celebrities' DMs. He does.
Yeah,
Doesn't he?
go on, guys. What's their name? Jackson. Robbie Jackson.
Was it Robbie? Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
it's
Wasn't
Robbie.
it? Yeah,
Robbie. Paul
Robbie
Truman,
Jackson.
another Pat Butcher lover. That's going on right at the moment, as I'll say. Nothing scared me more than seeing Patrick Truman, Pat Butcher having it off. That weren't a sight for sore eyes, I can tell you.
Wellard.
Zainab. Go on in, that's her name.
Oh, Zainab Wellard. Wellard the dog.
I think this one's pinged. I think this EastEnders one's pinged.
Rosie's putting them all out here. Saskia. She was.
Oh yeah, Saskia. She was the one Steve Owen killed, weren't she?
Yeah, that's it. Didn't hit her on the head with an ashtray, weren't it? In the old nightclub.
Yeah. Wellard.
Frank Butcher and his bow tie.
Oh, he loved Frank Butcher and his bow tie, didn't he? But yeah.
We've got Grant.
So, yeah, done with the ashtray. So basically, Louise Mitchell, Jack Branning. He's still in it now, isn't he, Jack Branning?
Yeah, Jack's still in there.
Who's his wife now? Oh, what's her name?
Oh well, they're getting. You ain't caught up, have you? They're getting divorced now. What's her face? Denise. Yeah. Oh, what she had? What was the bloke she was with? Oh, he's God Squad, weren't he? And he used to kill people while reading the Bible.
Oh yeah, do you remember him?
What was his name? I can't
remember his name. He come back into it. Beppe. Do you remember old Beppe?
Yeah, old Beppe.
Yeah.
Went on to El Dorado afterwards.
Oh, some absolute brilliant ones, guys. But we got to have a winner for this week. We have to have a winner.
I reckon Tracy behind the bar. She doesn't get enough shouts out.
Do you know what? Right, Sarah says, yeah, right. Every time there's an EastEnders episode, we watch it.
Yeah.
And she says like two words. Sarah goes, she got paid a little bit extra that week.
She sometimes gets one word, doesn't she, old Tracy?
Absolutely. Got paid a little bit extra. Lucky mare. Jay Brown. Funny enough, a little funny one with him, Charlie. He used to play football in Bromley. So a few of the games when I was playing, he was playing on the next pitch. Little fact for you there. Shirley. Do you remember her in old Bad Girls? Mate, Girls. That is the most crucifying death of all time.
Yeah.
That done my head, mate. Getting locked in that room, mate.
Jesus.
What was his name? The officer.
Fenner? Was it Fenner?
Fenner.
Yeah.
Oh, Bad Girls is for another day, mate. That's brilliant. We watched in lockdown. Me and Sarah watched about 8 series of Bad Girls.
They were class.
Absolutely brilliant. Bradley Branning. Why are you Bradley Branning?
Fell off the roof.
You've got that.
Jesus. There it is, Mel.
Oh, here he is. I heard you last night, pal. My ears were red last night. I reckon you was talking about me.
Sure good. There's Mel. Yeah, that's it. Mel Bill.
Must be shit not being in the Champions League anymore. Anyway, the show must go on. Melanie Bill. This is an EastEnders episode, Gav, by the way. So give me your most famous EastEnders act stars of all time. Maureen from the Maureen's Pie and Mash Shop. Mel, yeah, now you got it as Mel. Ian Bill put in Mel. Come on.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
It makes me laugh when these actors first come in, because when they come in, you think, oh yeah, they're nice. They're going to just fit in well, and within a year they're a murderer, or they've been murdered, or something's really gone down.
Kathy Bill.
She was in Old Footballers' Wives as well, weren't she?
Yeah.
So, who's the winner tonight for the EastEnders? Well, which names wowed you? I know where I'm going with it.
You do this one, pal, because I did the old porridge list, so you have this one.
Willie the dog. Willie the dog wins it. Willie the dog definitely wins it tonight. So, yeah, I don't know who come out of Willie first. We'll have a little look, and they are the winner. Just to let you know as well, guys, yeah, right, over the next few weeks, we're all going to be giving you names. So like Mr. Tom, for example, when he comes onto the show, he's not going to be known as Mr. Tom. We don't know what name we're going to call him yet, but you're all going to have famous names that you're going to be named after.
Yeah.
So, yeah, get ready for that.
You'll have a little alias, yeah. Also known as.
That should be quite good. But, yeah, I'm scrolling all the way up here. I'm trying to see the first person who kind of said Willie, and they'll be the winner tonight. But here we go. Oh, the winner. She just beat G to it is Rosie. So big round of applause for Rosie for being the winner of the name game tonight. See, Rosie, it's not all bad, mate. It's not all bad. You might not beat Celtic, you might not beat Arsenal women, but you're the winner of the name game, and that is all that matters. You're made now. You are made.
Put it on the CV.
And Scotland have finally won something. Right, guys. We got one more segment before we go into the footy predictions. Now, we know this week there ain't really many football predictions in terms of fixtures, so we're going to rock the boat and go outside a little bit. I've done no work to it. Jonesy's done that. Have you done any work to it? So it's going to be an absolute guesswork this week. But yeah, before that, we're going to go into our favourite segment, who's going to be on the cap. So, guys, obviously the cap is an ultimate legend that we award the famous cap to. We've only done one so far.
Yeah.
And we awarded it to no bigger and no better than The Rock for all these achievements. One person who's not in the running for it at the moment is Gav. Right, mate. Jesus, you know, I did dinner tonight, mate. Go and get yourself a steak or something, mate. Or, you know, do you know what I mean, mate? Bloody hell. You're still fishing at 10 to 10 at night. Come on, mate. Mate, come on, mate. Even me and you know you don't believe that. You also don't believe that Richarlison's going to score an hat-trick, mate.
Jesus. You could have said someone more convincing, but he's gone with Richarlison.
You know what, Gav? When I do the old wanker of the week, mate, I might have you in contention a bit with that one, mate. Fucking Richarlison. Can you imagine if he scores an hat-trick now? He'll have highlights of me everywhere.
Yeah, I've got to miss him.
But yeah, this week we struggled to think of someone, and then we thought, you know what, right? It can be absolute anyone. So one thing I've said is about the cap now, yeah, right? It's not just about famous people. Mm-hmm. If I believe one of you guys deserve it, then you'll be on it. But at the moment, none of you deserve it, so none of you are on it. And we don't think you deserve it. So you need to work harder, basically. You need to stand out and impress us if you want to be a cap member. But we have got a cap member. And we believe that she's been a big part of the show.
Yeah.
She gave us the biggest barrel of laughs that I think I've had all year on the stream, if I'm being totally on the show.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Anything you want to say about this woman?
Well, what isn't there to say about her? An icon, a stunner. Words can't describe what she's done for me. So here she is. There she is.
Pat fucking Butcher herself. Yeah. Colonel, this is the ultimate moment, mate. Pat Butcher is cap of the week, mate. Cap of the week. She will go into our Hall of Fame.
She's alongside greatness with The Rock. Her and The Rock.
The Rock and Pat Butcher. Like, who would have had The Rock and Pat Butcher in the same sentence?
That's a tag team. That is a tag team.
I tell you what, that is a tag team I wouldn't want to face either.
No. Can you imagine Pat with the old Yokozuna bonsai drop, mate? Or a frog splash off the top rope?
Mr. Tommy absolutely wasn't going to be Denise Welsh. Denise Welsh will never be in in the cap of the week. And with the cap of the week, Jones has to agree and I have to agree to it. So I ain't agreeing to it. So unfortunately, it's never going to happen.
Never. Not on your Nelly.
You got that bang on the buzzer, Rosie. Pat is some bit of gear, mate. Look at her. Look at her. That is all woman. That is all woman. And like G said, finally getting the recognition she deserves. Absolutely. Years of graft.
Mate, forget the soap awards. Forget BAFTAs. The cap. She's got it now. Unbelievable.
Even Gab's loving it. Look at them earrings. Even he's loving it, mate. Look at them bad boys. Oh. But yeah, do you know what? She's at her right home. And Mr. Tom's just, this is the last words. Pat would pin the rock, clean in the middle.
Ding, ding, ding.
Night. Game over. Thank you, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Old woman or all woman? Oh, mate, all woman. All woman. There's nothing old about her. Look,
no.
It's mature.
Absolute icon.
I love that, Jay. Love that. Look at them little caps. Do love that. That's brilliant. So yeah, there you go, guys. That is the old cap of the week. Now, as I said before, we are going to be looking out for like great things. This is not about has to be a famous person. We want to recognise the very best moving forward. So we're going to start recognising people for all the good stuff as well. I had to stop myself voting myself tonight, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, Jonezy wouldn't allow it.
We can't put ourselves on there unless the audience want it. I'm sure they could do it, but no.
As Rosie said, Mr. Ego himself.
Do you think she will mask in the back?
She generally thought I was going to say, "No, G needs to work a little bit harder still." I think she's learning her trade still. She's doing well. But I know you can go.
Cat, you need to help your neighbours across the road. Get some shopping for them. We'll be watching. The award's up for grabs here, so it's all down to you guys. What you do.
Don't be hurt, G. Don't be hurt. We're pushing you to stardom. That's what we're doing. We're pushing you to stardom, mate. Pat walked around without a mask during lockdown. No one dared chat. Mate, that's all woman, mate. What a woman she is, mate. She is not being told what to do by no one, especially not Boris Johnson. She ain't having it, mate. If you was to sit there and have Boris Johnson earn a ring, there's only one winner, isn't there, Jonesy?
Only one. It's Pat. Only one. She's the sort of woman that takes her trolley to the basket only till and gets away with it, mate.
It's a good one. Do you remember that when Pat got Peggy drunk in the ice cream van? Fucking brilliant, mate. Two legends, by the way. Peggy Mitchell as well. Absolute legend of her era, mate. Pat and Peggy. Barbara Windsor.
Iconic on screen, them two together. The slaps were great. She's going to work on it. Well done. That's what we like to hear. Dedication.
I'm a bit confused by this one. So you want it to go down the FIFA route, though? Shame on you, Liam.
FIFA route. Basically rigging the awards, I think he's trying to say.
Nah, mate. Do I look like Sepp Blatter? Do I really look like Sepp Blatter? He could be on my porridge list. That is a very good contender for the porridge list.
Nah. Pat Butcher.
Pat Butcher could walk into Buckingham with a big back.
So true.
Mate, she could get a double whopper and a Big Mac and fucking eat it before we'd even finished our fucking cheeseburger, I reckon.
Oh, mate. Oh, my cheeks.
We are talking Babs Tats. Brilliant. So yeah, guys, if anyone ever has any good suggestions about the cap, or you think there is people that need to be recognised, feel free to let me and Jonesy know. As I said, we don't want to just leave this to the famous. We want to recognise people for all the good work that's been done. And please, you don't have to vote for me either. Just putting it out there. So last part of the show, mate. That's an hour gone already, mate. That's an hour gone already. Last part of the show. Before we do, if you've not scanned that barcode with your phone, pick your phone up now. Why you got 5 seconds, guys? There's no excuses. Pick your phone up, scan it, and subscribe to the All Star Bar Cafe channel. You will see these codes up every week on our shows, and they will also be up on other shows as well. And it's just obviously helps us trying to attract subscribers. So thank you very much.
Print them out, share them with your friends, stick them on lampposts, do what you want.
Old Cole Palmer. Got an interesting one today, weren't it? We're going to do a quick one about football. Yeah, he's not been selected for the old UEFA Conference League, to be fair.
Yeah.
To be fair, I kind of get it in some ways.
They got. I don't know if they're going to take the competition very seriously, are they? It's not that
I
they haven't got players to cover him, though, is it? They've got
I wouldn't. I think it's the right decision personally. I fully get it. Like people can take this out of it, but I actually fully get it. Why risk him for that kind of game?
I mean, he can be selected in the later rounds, can't he? So if they get through, obviously.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Like with the players they got, I'm sure they will. Like they're not going to run out of goalkeepers, are they, Gav?
Jesus.
I worked in KFC when I was a school. Guy come in and wanted to return his burger. Said he didn't order a fish burger, and that was definitely fish.
KFC. Oof.
Poor.
Yeah.
Fish burger and KFC. What a mug. We should have mug of the week as well, Rosie. KT in the England squad. I mean, Champions League squad, England squad. That's going to roll old Rosie up there. What's your thoughts on that, mate?
Interesting. I saw the pictures of him today training and stuff like that, and he's been included in the squad. If he's fit and can play, get him in there. You know?
Do you think he gets into the squad?
I reckon he does, you know. And I reckon he'll get some minutes, to be fair, as well, to be fair.
Does he play? I reckon he play. Does he play at Bolton?
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon he definitely plays at Bolton. It'd be good for us to see him as well, see how his legs are as well, because obviously they're a bit of glass at the moment, aren't they, with Kieran Tierney? He's always injured. He's that player, innit? You want to see him do well, but have we passed him now? Have we moved on? That's the problem.
Guys, before we go in, I'm glad you reminded me, Ryan, because we was going to do this, but before we go into the I think Kevin Campbell's a great one. I know he was on the old cap, but yeah, I think that's an absolute brilliant shout to get him back ingrained into the cap again. So I think we can definitely look at that, mate. I think that's a brilliant shout. But me and Jonesy did have a chat for the show, and we want to do a 10-minute round of applause. Firstly, to obviously Kevin, obviously as we know, sadly departed us back in June. But also we wanted to recognise obviously Sven Goran Eriksson as well, who'd obviously left us in August as well. Two footballing legends in two totally different aspects, and obviously they'll be gone, but they'll never be forgotten. So, yeah, can we just do a 10-second round of applause for them, guys? And I'm going to go one better. I'm going to put it out there now. I think, personally, and you tell me, guys, what you think of this, I think the cap should be named after Kevin Campbell.
Yeah.
The Kevin Campbell cap of the week. I think just putting him in there is not good enough. I think like it'd be nice for him to have that segment and for him to be the leader of that pack. So, don't know what you think about it, Jonesy. Obviously, you have to agree with everything.
No, absolutely agree, mate. There's no one fitting that deserves to be like a leader of the cap than an actual cap and a GOAT. You know what I mean? I can't say too much because it's still raw and stuff like that because he will be missed. He was such a brilliant guy. But yeah, if that's anything we can do for him to honour him on the show, then let's do it.
Well, it looks like obviously Rosie thinks it's a brilliant idea. G thinks it's a good idea. I think as well. I think we do need to do another remembrance. Thank you, Mr. Tom, for reminding me. And we'll do another 5 seconds for Leeds and Cardiff captain Sol Bamba, that sadly obviously died this week as well. Really sad to hear. So yeah, 5 seconds please for Sol, and obviously sending our regards to his family at this tough time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really shocking to hear that as well this weekend. So yeah, we've lost some really strong people in terms of definitely Kevin and Sven over the last couple of months, and it just makes you think sometimes that you got to treat life very, very. Sometimes, like you got to treat life like it's like it could end tomorrow. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And this is why we try and have this show where we have a bit of fun, bit of banter. We have our football shows. We all know what passionate people we are. I'm very passionate. Jones very passionate. All you guys are very passionate. But we like to do this show that just takes us away from the whole footballing aspect and it's something that we can enjoy together. So that is why we do this show, and we even with ourselves, we find it a really good mental relief after a tough week, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. And we just carry on doing what we're doing. For me, it's not about how many views we get for this show. More people we get in, obviously, is nice, but it's about like spending it with decent people that make the show really good. And the engagement we've had tonight's been incredible. So thanks, guys.
No, and you know what, mate? I'll just echo that. We spoke about it. To be fair, I know most people might not watch wrestling, but Mr. Tom, Tony, we said the same thing. You know, you might see it's just a couple of guys talking about wrestling, but it's more than that. It's a group of guys who have got together. They talk about their feelings. They talk about what's going on at home. Some of these guys might not even talk to anybody else, their closest friends. But for this hour or hour and a half, they can be themselves, have a laugh, no one to judge. You know what? Like you said, it's not about the views. It's more about the smiles for me.
Definitely. Mr. Podcast saying, can we put Ticketmaster on a porridge list? I think they're on many people's porridge lists.
Jeez.
Rosie, I know Sabine achieved greats, but I always remember of banging Eureka, who will never be off my porridge list.
Jesus.
Eureka, and there you go. Lovely words from G. Giving legend Jonesy. Always nice to see. Right. So we're going into the final segment, guys. And it's a bit of a tricky one this week. So I've got up here, right? And it's not many games. So there's about 8 or 9 games here, I think. The UEFA Nations League on Saturday. So if you can write my results down as well as yours, mate.
Yeah, I'm just going to go into the notes now. Yeah.
No, but none of us have done any work to this whatsoever. So this is all guesswork this week, guys. And there will be a couple of stipulations at the end as well. Let's crack away. The first game, Faroe Islands versus North Macedonia. I'll let you go first.
Yeah. North Macedonia. 4-0.
I'm going to go 3-0 North Macedonia.
All right. Cool.
The next game, Armenia versus Latvia.
Fucking hell.
San Marino won tonight.
Did they?
They're picking up, mate.
Jesus.
That would be the ultimate story if they made the Euros, wouldn't it?
It would. Imagine a minute.
Oh, sorry, I meant to go first for Armenia versus Latvia.
Yeah, perfect.
2-1 Latvia.
2-1 Latvia. I'll go 1-0 Armenia.
I've got a feeling I've done a bit of a boo-boo with that one. G's gone 1-0 Armenia. Mr. Podcast gone 1-0 Armenia. Next one for you, Georgia versus Czech Republic.
Czech Republic 2-0.
I'm going to go 2-1 Czech Republic.
All right.
Nah, I probably would have whacked up the video printer kind of joke, but nah, bring it in. Ukraine versus Albania. That's me first, isn't it?
It's you, yeah.
2-0. 2-1 Ukraine.
2-1 Ukraine. Right, I'm going 3-0 Ukraine.
Oh, the next one. Any Irish in the old house at the moment? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Republic of Ireland versus England. Now, I'm hearing on Saturday night there's a certain duo that are out and about at this time, isn't they?
They are indeed.
Swanning themselves out in London on the cocktails or whatever drinks they are. What are you going for, pal?
4-0 England.
Mr. Podcast going 6-0 England. G's going 4-1 England. I'm going to go 2-0 England.
All right.
Actually, can I change that?
Yeah.
3-0.
3-0, right?
Gav's going for a 1-0 Ireland because we're dreadful in the Nations League. I'm just to be honest with you, Gav, what I am interested to see is how Lee Carsley plays football. It'd be nice to see like if he implements his style into the national team.
Be interesting.
I thought there was only a few, but there was a few more here. Greece versus Finland.
Jeez, it's you first.
I do like this one. It's like choosing your favourite fart. Oh, that would be good, wouldn't it? Declan and Jack to score. That would rattle them right up.
It will indeed. What are you going for?
Going to go for... I'd say that's an interesting one, isn't it? 2-1 Greece.
I'm going to go 1-0 Greece.
The next game, Moldova versus Malta.
3-0 Moldova.
I'm going to go 2-0 Moldova. The next one, this will be a good one. Germany versus Hungary. I'm going to go 3-1 Germany.
I'm going to go 4-0 Germany.
G going, he's back. That's an interesting one.
We used to crack up every time you would say it. B and G would put in the comments. That's an interesting one.
Rose is going 2-1. G's going 4-0.
Ooh, it's a tough one.
Oh, this is a good one. Netherlands versus Bosnia.
Gonna go 3-1 Netherlands.
I'm going to go 2-0 Netherlands. You want a little extra, do you, pal?
Yeah, why not? We always do extras on this show.
This is a tough one, right? Who's going to score the most goals?
Team?
No, player.
Player. Oof. Oh, shit. I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to get some hate for this. I'm going to go Harry Kane hat-trick. I'm going to go Harry Kane hat-trick.
You heard it here first and fastest, guys. Anyone would have thought he's got Porro in his dream team.
I'm top of the league.
I see that.
A lot of people are rattled by that. Hey, Ryan, it'll be this week.
Not
this week, son. Not this week.
Rosie's asking what's the number for your dealer.
Can't give that away live on air.
G's booing. Oh, yeah, wait, VAR, get it out, G.
That's
VAR.
It,
We should get a little VAR kind of like something implemented into this show, shouldn't we? Absolutely, we'll get that implemented, G. You've kind of come up with the idea without coming up with it.
We've got to get that to pop up on the screen.
Joan, and like that, Jonesy is taking out the show. It's just going to be the Cannon show next week.
That's it. I'm gone. Cancelled off.
Ain't all bad, that, to be fair. Anyway, back to me.
The thing is, they don't realise there's a forfeit on the line here.
They don't realise.
That's it. I've got to go with head rather than heart. Sorry.
I'm going to go with... I'm going to go King Kai. Don't worry, guys. One of us will stick to the model.
I'm going with my head.
I was thinking of going Bukayo.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair.
Want another little juicy implementation onto that?
Oh, go on then.
How many goals do you reckon we scored over the whole of them games? So let me count how many games there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games. Seemed like longer, more 9 games, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. I'm going to go 23.
I'm going to go. I think you well underestimated that, mate.
Yeah, I think I have.
I'm going to go 32.
Shit, that's a jump. Fuck, I'm going to stick with it though.
I'll tell you what that does, though, mate. I will tell you what I've done, and I've been quite generous to you here, right? What I've done there, right, is give you a leeway. So even you go on 23, right, you can get up to 27 and win it.
Yeah. Yep.
I thought cleverly I should have just gone 30.
Gav with the 16.
If I wanted to play proper tactical.
Well, it's not Paul, mate. You ain't tucking me up here.
Gav's gone for a boring 16, mate.
Yeah, I know. Some 1-1s there.
You won't have much on your streams then, mate, if that happens.
Jeez.
Mr. Podcast gone 35. G's gone 37. Rosie's gone 28. So, yeah. What time's Argentina versus Chile? I don't fucking know, Steph. Go and check Google.
Ask Alexa.
the most random message that was. But I was going to say 1 a.m. after, and then Rosie pops up with 1 a.m.
Old TV Times, Rosie.
That is very true, mate. I'm not guaranteeing out of them 9 games, though, we're going to bang in about 6 of them. We'll win it 1-0.
Jesus. I'm just
Germany will come in for me.
Just hoping for some different style of football, mate. Oh.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
It would. That's how I do. TV Times, Rosie.
Brilliant.
Jeez.
Yeah. Have you found the old first show back, mate?
Yeah, it's been all right. You know what? It's been a laugh. That's what we wanted, weren't it? You know, leave the bloody football, well, bit away, but we just want to come and have a laugh with you guys. But yeah, it was good. I loved it. Enjoyed it.
And like I said, guys, if you've got any ideas, any implementations that you think will go well in terms of segments, in terms of ideas for the shows, please feel free to reach out to either myself or Jonesy. It's all about kind of adapting to the show each week. We don't want to make everything the same each week, but at the same time, we want to revolve. So when we revolve the show, we get better. And then when the show gets better, you guys are more happier. But yeah, what I would say is like your interaction today has been absolutely superb. And because the interaction's so good, that's what makes this show. If we didn't have the interaction in the chat, the show wouldn't go the way it does. So thank you very much, guys. But yeah, it's been an interesting one. It's definitely been an interesting one. What I would say, though, guys, for my one last time, if you've not scanned in to the All-Star Bar Cafe channel, get your phone up now. Scan it now. You got no excuse. I'm sitting here. Pick your phone up, scan it, and subscribe to the channel. I don't want to be sitting on 409 when I get back off here tonight. Don't let me down.
That's your homework for the week. All right.
But no, obviously, firstly, mate, thank you for coming on.
No, thank you, mate. Thank you. It's a pleasure to do these shows with you. It's a laugh, isn't it? And that's all you need sometimes. If you had a shit week and that, just to come on with your mates. People in the comments were brilliant. But no, thank you very much.
Yeah, no, definitely. Just to kind of let you know, obviously, we have got more shows going on this week and into next week. I'm sure Ryan will be doing a watch long on Saturday. Sadly, I'm not around Saturday, Ryan, just to let you know. I am out and about. I'm at a brunch in Mayfair early afternoon. Drink as much as you like, apparently, for the first hour and 15 minutes. Ooh.
Messy.
Yeah, it's going to be very messy. So that's what's going on. But in terms of, obviously, shows for next week, I believe we're going to do this potentially show next week, next Tuesday. We're going to do a switch around from the El Smugger and G show for 2 reasons. Obviously, sadly, G's got an appointment on Tuesday, so she can't do the show. But we decided to do the show on Thursday. It's the pre-build up to the North London Derby. So get your jaws in that one, Gavin. I hope to see you on here, mate, with your kind of predictions. Maybe you might think a little bit differently after a week and take that Richarlison hat trick out your brain, because that ain't going to happen, mate. But yeah, so we're going to look to do this show next Tuesday and do the El Smugger and G show on the Thursday night at 8:30. We've also got the WWE show next Wednesday as well.
Yep, we're back on Wednesday.
And obviously George's show with the Arsenal women will be shown on Monday. Will be on Monday night, and that would obviously digress the Arsenal game against Rosenborg, which is on Saturday, I believe.
Yes, Saturday the 7th. Yes, indeed it is.
And I'm sure Ryan will be covering that as well. And Ryan is pretty much set up for Saturday. So, yeah, all to go, mate, all to go. But yeah, obviously, thank you very much, guys, for coming on, and we'll see you all next week, I guess. Good night.
Good night.